Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello, Enzo. So I hear we're discussing the 2023 race of the year today.
That's right, and it goes to none other than the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
The return of Formula One to Sin City. Quite the spectacle, wasn't it?
Indeed it was. Despite a few hiccups, the weekend was a grand show befitting Las Vegas.
Hiccups, you say? What sort of hiccups?
Well, there was a small incident involving a drain cover and Carlos Sainz's Ferrari, believe it or not.
Blimey, that must have been a sight. How did they resolve it?
With true Las Vegas flair, I might add. The issue was dealt with swiftly and we were back to the racing in no time.
And who came out on top in the end?
Our man Max Verstappen singing Viva Las Vegas over the radio after his win. Quite the character, isn't he?
Certainly adds to the excitement for us and the audience, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And that's precisely why the Las Vegas Grand Prix is our race of the year. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the glitz, glamour, and the thrill of the race. Well, if you're just tuning in, I'm Enzo, your resident motor enthusiast and sports reporter extraordinaire.
And I'm William, your calm and observant commentator, bringing you precise analysis and insights.
You're listening to F1 Motor Fever podcast, your daily dose of everything Formula One. If you're enjoying what you're hearing so far, do us a favor, won't you? Subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and drop us a comment. Share us with your friends, your family, and every motor enthusiast you know. Your support keeps us going, full throttle.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Enzo.
Now, I've got some news that will have you on the edge of your seat. You won't believe what I'm about to reveal. So stick around, keep those seatbelts fastened, because we are about to take a thrilling dive into the heart of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, the race of the year, and why it was such a sensation. Ready, William Turner?
Ready as I'll ever be, Enzo.
Then let's keep this show on the road. Full throttle. So the return of Las Vegas to the Formula One calendar certainly made its mark, didn't it?
That's putting it mildly. It was the most anticipated race of the 2023 season.
And it wasn't just hype. Formula One management invested heavily into this race, putting their own money at stake. Quite a gamble, if you ask me.
A gamble that seemed to pay off, wouldn't you say?
True, despite the criticisms about the outrageous ticket prices and the fear of the sideshow overshadowing the Grand Prix, Las Vegas delivered a show.
A star-studded opening ceremony, hospitality ramped up by all the teams.
And then there was the small matter of that drain cover wrecking Carlos Sainz's Ferrari. Quite the wobble to the start of the race, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. But they managed to recover well, sorting out the drain cover issue in just a few hours.
And let's not forget about the race itself. Charles Leclerc and Ferrari made qualifying interesting.
And who can forget Max Verstappen's transition from being grumpy to singing Viva Las Vegas over the radio on the cool-down lap?
In the end, it was a memorable Formula One experience, both for those who were for and against the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and a deserving recipient of our Race of the Year award.
Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were those who thought the sideshow would steal the attention from the Grand Prix itself.
And let's not forget about the ticket prices. They put a bit of a dampener on the whole affair, didn't they?
Yes, but as it turned out, the race was not eclipsed by the side festivities. It was a good race, and the sideshow just added to the entire spectacle.
Just goes to show, a great race is about more than just what happens on the track. It's about the entire experience.
That's true. And it's why we're so eagerly awaiting the next race.
Indeed. If Las Vegas is anything to go by, we're in for a treat. William, what's the word on the internet? Got any interesting comments for us?
Indeed I do. Listen to this. Legend Razgriz, or as we can call him, Legend Razgriz, announced, quote, Gil de Ferran dead at 56, unquote.
Oh my, that's a shocker.
Yes, and the reaction has been quite substantial. No name comments, quote, Wikipedia says he just recently returned to McLaren in a consultant advisory role too. Ugh, unquote.
That's a big loss for McLaren then.
It certainly is. Foghat, who was rather fond of Gil, particularly in the late 90s, said, quote, Such a shame. He was one of my favorites in late 90s kart when they were really fast beasts, unquote.
The late 90s were certainly a great era for kart.
Yes, and Spiral Out encapsulates that sentiment perfectly in their comment. They wrote, quote, "He still holds the closed-course fastest average lap speed record with his pole lap at Fontana in 2000. Those late 90s, early 00s kart cars were pretty dang awesome. I doubt that record will fall anytime soon." Unquote.
That's a testament to his skill, and it seems quite certain that his record will stand for a long time.
Indeed. Now, Scorfin had a question about a specific event. They asked, quote, "What happened to the rest of the race after they found out Greg Moore was dead? Did they finish the race? Was it even mentioned in the stands?" Unquote.
Ah, that's a good question. Do we have an answer?
Yes, user KK5Fan97 provided a response. They said, quote, "They finished the race and the drivers were not told until after the race. Moore's passing was announced by Dr. Ra, Steve Olvey, on both the TV and radio broadcasts, and they play the radio broadcast on the track's PA system. So depending on where the cars were on track, the people in the stands likely either heard it be announced that way or realized it was not good when the flags in victory lane were lowered to half staff." Unquote.
That's quite the poignant insight into the event. Thank you for sharing these comments, William. It's always enlightening to hear the thoughts of fellow fans and enthusiasts. Well, that's all we have time for on F1 Motor Fever podcast today. We've had a right good chinwag about the vibrant spectacle of the Grand Prix and the added attractions that transformed it into a unique racing experience. If you've enjoyed our little natter, be sure to subscribe and activate notifications so you won't miss our future discussions. Feel free to comment and share our podcast with everyone who loves the sound of roaring engines as much as we do. Friends, family, your local petrolhead crowd, even your friendly neighborhood mechanic.
And remember, we're here with you every day, bringing you the latest Formula One chit-chat and some good old motor racing nostalgia. We've got some cracking episodes in the pipeline, so keep an ear out for those. Thank you for being a part of our audience. Your company makes these conversations all the more enjoyable.
Yes, a big thank you from both of us. We look forward to having you with us on our next episode. Until then, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.